What's going on, motherfuckers? Um, well, GLM's gonna take her a break. I don't blame her. Just what she described. I'm not gonna go watch Save Robbie. I'm not interested in watching that or hearing about that or hearing somebody justify that. That's not the first time I've ever heard that. Uh, you know, I get. I guess somebody could try to make an argument for certain things, just about anything. If you wanted to go biblical, I guess. I don't know. But I hate to see GLM go. But I understand needing to take a break. So with Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed. But I totally get what you're seeing around these YouTube streets. It's pretty fucked up. You know what I mean? There is a lot of fuckery missed. I'm glad I missed what you were talking about. Um, you know, I'm glad I missed that. I do not have any interest in hearing that weird ass shit that you were describing. Oh, I don't either. Fuck no. I don't blame her a bit. Jesus Christ, this shit is fucking crazy. What's up? Yeah, it's who's SK? I don't even know. Fuck it, whatever. If you know who they are, I guess I'll give them a wrench. What's up? But yeah, I don't blame her for it. I mean, this shit is just terrible. Let's massively uh label people, this weird ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And let's call everybody a pedophile. That's seen at work for no reason at all. Uh, let's I don't know. Let's behave like the people that we pretend to be against. That seems to work out great. Um, good job on that. Which I mean, it should it really be a shocker? I mean, like when I was like hanging out with the Lycan Legion people. I was never really a Lycan Legion member, right? But I think I made it into like James's inner circle for like maybe a month, maybe 2 months. Like I made it a little bit longer than ODN did. But ODN's reason for leaving was because they had a difference. They were fighting over a bitch, right? And it had nothing to do with anything James was doing. Uh, ODN would literally encourage this guy to do the shit that he was doing even further, to a certain degree. But I mean, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, at the most, we were in that inner circle for 3 months tops, and slightly after ODN was out, so was I, because and it was for different reasons. I didn't have any falling outs with him over a bitch. You know, that's the only reason they had a falling out. But you look at some of these people that hung out with this dude for like years, right? And so, and then they have a falling out with the guy, right? After years of that shit, and then you watch this person act and behave just like him, and you're shocked. You know what I mean? Why would that surprise? That's how they survive so long in that inner circle for multiple, multiple years, is because they are just like that dude. You know what I'm saying? So, really, truly, it made me reevaluate the way I view it. If they were able to get along with that dude in his inner circle for multiple, multiple years, of course, they use all of his same tactics and bullshit, right? I mean, of course. Duh. You know, well, probably. That sounds about right. I'm here to clean up the mess. Oh, Lord have mercy. But I mean, it's not a big shocker when that's the case. You look at somebody that hung out with this dude that was his right hand, motherfucker for all these years. I mean, it shouldn't surprise anybody when that person behaves and acts and does the same, tactics and bullshit and behaves just like him. But what's funny is that person that was his right hand man for these multiple years is calling him out, which I guess sounds great on paper, but in reality, it's like, pot meet kettle, kettle meet pot. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. And that's something that I think to a certain degree I used to tell him not to do certain things because that's not cool. And I think I tried to do the same thing with her. I tried to do the exact same thing. And I just it just didn't work in either instance, because they're just so much alike. They're practically twins. I was the Joseph Goebbels of Lycan Legion. Yeah, I mean, I believe that. Chief of propaganda. Yes, exactly. Exactly. They use those same exact tactics, you know what I mean? So, is it any, big surprise? I mean, Lauren, how close was Lauren to him? Lauren was close as anybody for many years, for a very, very long time. Isn't any big shocker that she's a lot like him? You know, I don't know why that's their go-to. I have no idea, and it is disgusting. Um, you know, this idea that exactly, because it's used too frequently. Yes, it doesn't make sense that somebody who has not been even so much as accused of that. it- I believe that too was cheap of disinformation. You know, but I don't see why. I see why we're surprised in a way, but I really don't see why we're surprised in a way. Because we should have seen that coming, that situation going down the way it was, right? We should have seen like, okay, and really and truly, the two factions that are going at each other like that, they fucking deserve each other. You know, let them let them beat the fucking shit out of each other. It sounds like a good idea to me. They're exactly alike. They pull the same little, you know, tactics on one another. It's a never-ending little war they got going on. you know, yeah. I mean, it's a fitting end to the situation. I really don't have to do anything. Nobody does. Just let them fight it out and go on and on and on. And that is justice in itself. Street justice. You know, let 'em let 'em beat the fucking piss out of each other. They're gonna fuck up on each other and do all this weird shit, over and over again and and fuck with each other, nonstop. I say let it go down. Don't get involved. Thinking of breaking is exactly the right thing to do. GLM is right. Fuck all these people. you know, let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. You know, um, they think that they're getting somewhere. They didn't get nowhere. Where has my life changed? You know, that's part of it too. Is that they doxed me? This person doxed me. That person doxed me. Yeah, exactly. Let the YouTube fates sort them out. Exactly. Uh, it's pretty funny, if you think about it. It's literally his own creation fucking they're going back yeah, exactly, drama sphere, blood must flow. What the end game though? It's like this is on a continuous loop with different play exactly, Jules, and that's the thing, if you step out of it long enough, these different players come around and go around, you know? Yeah, oh yeah, it's a never-ending cycle of viciousness, it absolutely is. It's absolutely vicious, like, on a whole 'nother level. I mean, you know, everything from Sharon trying to insert herself to whatever, that shit is funny too. Like, I read what that bitch had that shit made me laugh so fucking hard. That shit that bitch I would love to see the fucking receipts on where I contacted that bitch and tried to go to Tennessee again. Like, that is all her fucking fantasy there. That is her fantasy, 100%. I would love to see these motherfucking screenshots of this or whatever it is that she says she has. Where a couple of months ago, I call her and try to get jiggy with her or something. Yeah. Yeah, Sharon's over there inserting herself over there in, on that side over there. Yeah, it's pretty funny shit. And she said a bunch of shit about me. It was pretty fucking hilarious. It's hilarious shit. Like that, like I haven't even fucking thought or talked about that bitch or any of that shit. You know, anytime I ever talked to her is very brief and we didn't say shit to one another, about shit. You know what I mean? And it was like one time I think I talked to her on the phone and I showed it was like a 2 minute and something conversation, right? And so in this 2 minute and whatever conversation, all this shit has transpired according to her. Like we talked about all kinds of shit in 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, no shit. She's hanging in by one of her tooth shards. You you know, that's all she has to hang in there with. Yeah. So I mean, it's like, wow, Sharon, really? Like get the fuck over it already. Like move on with life. Like what the fuck do you have to say about me after all this time? I don't get it. Yeah, exactly. You could forgive and move on because, like, you see it for what it is. Like, it's just a cycle of, me and him attacking one another and beating the shit out of each other and not really getting anywhere. And seeing it for what it was, saying, okay, well, I played a part in this situation. You played a part in this situation. Um, let's try to move forward from that. And we move on with life. You know, um, and that's just all there is to it. You know, Scotty's like, he doxed me. He doxed me. Okay, he doxed you. Did that change your life? I mean, has it affected your life at all? Has it done anything to you? What has it done to you exactly? Shangy supposedly doxed you. So you're gonna do this thing where you hop in with Lauren and you're gonna participate in this bullshit and do Lauren's bidding. And where is that gonna get you? We all know where that's gonna get her. Um, it's gonna get her in the same position as Lauren or ODN or any of these other people that have gone that route. They're just it really is just not going anywhere. Yeah, it's a bunch of crybaby children. I've been doxxed, you know, and it didn't change my life. Um, you know what? Brew Mafia doxed the fuck out of me. A lot of other people doxed the fuck out of me. You know what? It didn't change my life. It didn't do anything to me. Nothing happened to me. My life didn't change. Nobody did anything. Yeah, exactly. I understood why he did what he did. I do understand why he did what he did. It's not like I don't. Well, I don't know. There is no excuse for what he did. You know what I mean? I understand what he was trying to do. I don't think that he went about it the right way, and I don't think that that really worked out right for him or very well for him, and it didn't make him look very good. Um, but at the end of the day, it didn't actually do any harm to me or anybody else. We could be outraged about whatever, and decide, okay, well, we're going to attack everybody in the world, or we're going to attack it. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You move on because it's healthy to do so. You know, um, and that's the thing. And you just have a bunch of delusional women on here sometimes that will never move on, and will never move on with life and move on down the road. And Sharon being one, and I hope Scotty isn't one, but apparently she is. Unfortunately, um, I mean, she seems to think I'm jealous of something. I don't really know what that would be, Scotty, but that's another like in theory go to. Everybody's jealous of him. Um, you know, I don't really get it. Y'all are exactly identical. There's another little peanut. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what I would be jealous of. I have no idea. You know, I can find a middle-aged, overweight woman anywhere. It is not that big of a deal. I don't have to go all the way to Ohio for that. I don't know if you're aware of that. They're about a dime a dozen. Um, put one in the chat. you know, yeah. Well, really, truly, you're only going to be as happy as you allow yourself to be. You could be surrounded by assholes and still be happier than shit. You know? Yeah. You want the truth of the matter, it don't matter. I'm in a room full of assholes and been happier than shit. I mean, the thing is that you don't let anybody, fuck with your happiness and your life and your shit. You just don't. I mean, you just move on with life and go on. But this idea that, Sharon, who I don't talk to, haven't talked about, don't say shit about, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, absolutely. I believe that she's got, some sort of a butthurt thing over that deal. I say more power to her. That's why she's after that motherfucker so hard. You know, uh, it's tit for tat. At least, like in theory, admits that it's tit for tat, that they're identical. I, I don't know what I did to Sharon. Supposedly, I contacted her and I asked her, or I tried to get jiggy with her, and I tried to go to Tennessee. Apparently, that's what I did, something like that, which no matter how much that sounds like something I might do, I swear I didn't do it. But, I would love to see the receipts of that, or any proof whatsoever that that transpired because I know that it didn't, but whatever. And I guarantee you she doesn't have any fucking receipts, especially not ones that are real. Exactly. You're only gonna care about your opinion and J. Rob's opinion. There ain't nobody else that you're gonna give, 2 fucks about. Right, and I said that many times. What am I gonna do with somebody in Ohio? Come on, let's get real. What am I gonna do with somebody in Tennessee even, or anywhere else? I mean, come on. That's just a travel sport fuck. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Everyone, exactly. Nobody else should matter to you. Nobody else should matter. It just should not matter. Because it doesn't. Oh yeah, squirrels. Hell yeah. You know what? And people get outraged at what that dude does. And the reality is that nothing he does really even makes any bit of difference. Not even a little bit. It hasn't made any difference in my life. It hasn't done anything to me. I mean, if he just wants to dox, just dox away then. Then they aren't important enough in your life to matter. Exactly. And they aren't. They aren't important enough. I mean, they just aren't. Um, and they really aren't. But I mean, just some of the dumbest shit that some of these people say, you know, I want to know a person anywhere who only signs checks but doesn't cash, that only signs the front of checks but not the back. I mean, like, that is some dumb shit to say. Like, they just say dumb shit. Like, what position could anybody be in where they only sign checks on the front but never the back? I mean, if you're running a business, for example, I mean, is that what she's trying to say? He owns his own business? Big fucking deal. He still has an income from that business, maybe customers or whatever the case might be. So he's still getting paid from his customers, right? If you got a business, you're getting paid from your customers. You're still signing the backs of checks, right? I mean, if you pay for anything, if you go to the grocery store, if you go wherever to go to fucking Walmart to buy a fucking TV, if you're doing anything, you're gonna sign the front of a check. What the fuck are you talking about? We all sign the fronts and backs of checks. What he he only signs the front of a check, not the back. How the fuck does that work? Bro. So he has no income? Is that what you're saying? I mean, how does that work, bro? I mean, really, truly, we all use, I got direct deposit. I don't sign a bank with check either. So I mean, what the fuck? So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck that stupid shit means because I don't know. We all get direct deposit. We all use debit cards now. And shit like that. We so use. I'll have cash on me just because I go to the little shops and I do my thing and I go where the fuck ever. I use cash. Sometimes. Because it's just easier for me. But I mean, gangster mob. I'm an entrepreneur. I mean, somebody makes sense out of that. What the fuck was that even supposed to be? Because I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking this bitch is fucking dumb. What the fuck does that even mean? Oh, uh, and she probably has her whole month's worth of checks up there, you know, out there in the thing. Yeah. Oh, make these motherfuckers make sense, somebody. Yeah, Sherry is a nightmare. But I mean, Sherry, go away. I don't have nothing to do with you. Go do your thing. But I don't blame GLM for saying fuck it. And that's something that I've done on a regular. I just say sometimes I just say fuck it, and, and I'll walk away from this motherfucker. For long periods of time because none of these people are worth my time. That's the reality. They aren't worth me wasting any time on. And I'm glad that I didn't waste any time on Scotty. I really am. Most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, she initiated the conversation. Now, oh yeah, absolutely. Taking a break from insanity is always a good thing. Absolutely, 1000% it's a good thing. So I mean, there is no loss, in that situation. You know, did, did I ever have intentions to go to Ohio? I seriously fucking doubt it. I really do. I had seen a lot of weird ass shit. You think that the hot railing the fucking pills didn't fucking freak me the fuck out? What would I do when I got there? Watch you hot rail some pills, or what the fuck, am I gonna do with that? Not to mention you kind of a big gal, bigger than what I would go for, and it's just not for me, in any shape or form or way. It just isn't. There's no part of that. And it sounds like you got like a train wreck of a life in some ways. And it's just not for me. You know, I was cool with you. I was trying to be friends with you. Um, and you could have gone with any dude, done whatever you wanted to do. Wouldn't have affected that friendship. That was not the issue. A dude is not the issue. Yeah, thinking that's acceptable. Yeah, and she did a lot of shit thinking that was, that shit she was doing was acceptable. But it's very, strange, for somebody to do, and I don't know what Save Robbie's done. That shit that she was saying that he was saying is pretty disgusting. It is weird. Yeah, exactly. Uh, what was I mean? That wasn't supposed to like freak me the fuck out. Like, why? Oh well, it gets into my system quicker. No, it doesn't. No, no, it doesn't. It ends up going basically the exact same route. You don't have to shove it up your nose for it to work, and it's not working any better by shoving it up your nose. It just doesn't. It has like a release, like a release capsule, or something like that. It has a certain way that it releases when you swallow the shit. When you snort it, it goes down the back of your throat, and you end up ingesting it, but you do it via your nose. So it doesn't make any sense to snort it. It really doesn't. you know, Especially what she was snorting. You know, yeah. I mean, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't hit you quicker. It doesn't do what she was saying that it does. Um, because it just doesn't. I thought that was pure insanity. All year long, it's allergy season. Maybe that's what they're doing is they're snorting these pills and stuff. I would highly recommend them to stop doing that. If you want to abuse pills, just take them regular. Stop snorting them. For fuck's sake, how stupid are you? Yeah, I don't think it's pills that hit quicker in the nose at all. I mean, even if you smoked, cocaine, you smoke cocaine, you can get a little quicker through smoking over snorting. But if you were to ingest cocaine, you're still gonna get basically the same effect if you snort it though, because it's going up into the nose and it's going back through the septum down into your intestines or into your stomach. I mean, it ends up in the same spot ultimately at the end. Only it went through your nose to get there. I mean, why would you? Yeah, she's still sniffing. Why would you do that to yourself? I don't know. I've never. Maybe I need to look into that more. I don't think that does that. Let's see. I'm looking. The differences between snorting and swallowing. Let's see. I don't know. Current State Treatment Center. There are many ways to abuse drugs, whether they're illegal or illicit or. Hold on just a minute. I'll be right. All right, I'm back. Let's see. Um, Swallowing and storing drugs are both popular methods of abusing drugs, but they are different in some aspects that they can impact the consequences of the drug abuse. Potential risks and side effects also vary, but one constant remains the same. If you're getting high and can't stop, then reaching out to professional help is the number one priority. Dangers of snorting drugs to get high. Snorting drugs is the practice of sniffing any powdered substance through the nose, whether it is already in a powder form or it is crushed into a powder form. Substances such as cocaine, amphetamines, heroin, meth also commonly most commonly used this way. And if people often crush and snort prescription opioids like oxycodone, codo, and hydrocodone to snort them. When you snort drugs, the way the drug is administered to the brain is different than when you swallow them. S- Snorting a drug requires the drug to be absorbed through the nasal membrane and goes into the surrounding blood vessels. Then the nose vessels carry the drug to the heart and throughout the bloodstream and to the brain, where the drug then interacts with the brain's receptors, resulting in the drug's effects on the body. Snorting drugs also allows the drug to enter the bloodstream quicker than if it were swallowed, causing the effects of the drugs through the body to be much quicker. This also can increase the effects of the drug, making the high much more intense. Snorting drugs can also create different devastating effects on a person's physical health because drugs enter the body through the nasal cavity. These drugs can negatively impact the person's respiratory system. Long-term use of intranasal use can lead to things such as nosebleeds, loss of smell, and preparation of the nasal cavity, which can lead to difficulty breathing. Often, the side effects can be permanent. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so it's saying that whenever you swallow drugs, they are absorbed into the body, onto the body differently than when it's snorted, and will have to overcome additional steps to reach the brain to feel the effects. When swallowed, the drug is dissolved in the person's stomach and is absorbed into the bloodstream by going through the stomach lining. Once it is in the bloodstream, it travels to the liver to be metabolized before it can make it to the brain, and the effects of the drug are felt. Due to this process, swallowing the drug can have less of a noticeable effect. About 4% of Americans met the criteria for drug use disorder in the past year, and about 10% have had drug use disorder at some time in their lives. When you swallow drugs, you can have different but equal serious negative effects on the body than when snorting them. The digestive tract and the liver are impacted after prolonged drug use in this way and can eventually lead to liver failure. Both snorting and swallowing drugs can create lasting physical and mental health problems, and both can lead to very serious substance abuse disorders. Chronic use of addictive substances in any form can lead to addiction and potential death. Okay, well, I guess it does. Okay. Snorting bypasses the liver on the first pass. Great. That's a great idea. That sounds like a really good idea. Let's snort, bypass the liver. That's what it sounds like, is that it bypasses the liver on the first pass. You're right, J-Rom, that's what it sounds like. I didn't really know that for sure, but I don't know why, but I just never really fucked with drugs like that because I just thought to myself, "Why the fuck is somebody doing something like that? That don't make sense." Ruin my nose to save my liver. Well, the thing is that it avoids the liver on the first pass, so you get it straight to your brain on that first pass. No wonder, somebody ends up like fucking stupid as shit like that. Like doing dumb shit. Like, fuck. Let's because it doesn't really save the liver because it comes out of the brain and goes to the liver anyway. The liver still has to process it after the fact, but it just, hey, on that first pass, it doesn't go to the liver. Stupid. That's some dumb shit. Mm. And who the fuck would come up with something like that? Like, why? Why would you? You already got a pill form. It's nice and convenient for you. Just swallow the motherfucker and move on. But nah, I'm not gonna do that. I want to snort this shit. I'm gonna break it down into a powder and snort the fuck out of it. Yeah, that's gonna do better. Who the fuck comes up with this shit? That's what I want to know. Who the fuck says that sounds like a good idea? Yeah. Well, I mean, like for it to be a common idea that everybody kind of does, like cocaine, I get it. But for it to be like this uncommon idea, like drugs that aren't normally snorted, for you to snort those, like that seems like really like who the fuck does that? Um, and even with cocaine, like if you were to swallow it, you would still get the same effects, but at least it would pass through your liver first before it hit your brain. Um, it'd be a little bit better for you, but not much. Your brain is like the most valuable organ in your body. I mean, you can't, I don't know, Benadryl. God damn, who the fuck snorts Benadryl? Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I guess some people have addiction issues, and that's fine. But just, if you're supposedly over them, be over them. Mm. Don't sit there and be talking to a dude and decide, hey, I'm gonna snort this shit right in front of you on FaceTime. Wow, I don't know. Mm. I just wish people wouldn't do that type of shit. That's fucking insane. That shit is not good for you. Whether it's Benadryl or whatever, if you're abusing drugs, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to do, and especially not to snort it. What the fuck? Don't snort this shit. Take this shit like you're supposed to and move on with life. But speaking of, if you need like blood pressure medicine or anything like that, I tried out a Amazon uh clinic to get my blood pressure medicine and shit. And I got a better deal on that shit and everything. So I mean, definitely give it a shot if you got any kind of medications that you take or anything like that. Check out the Amazon clinic and stuff. They got where you can go and you can talk to a doctor and on there about whatever your health concern is or whatever's going on. I think they got a mental section too, where you can go and talk to, talk to them about your mental issues or whatever. I mean, so I don't know. Amazon apparently is into everything. So you know what? Crime scene mafia. I kind of agree with that. You know, when they claim they were an addict and they quit without help and it was easy, I mean, yeah, they probably are still using. You're right. That's probably not wrong at all. That's not something I would doubt. I mean, it's kind of sad and terrible, but I hate to see GLM go, and I hope she has a quick, healthy, you know, sabbatical, and she gets to return. Um, yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I got blood pressure issues, and I take blood pressure medicine, so I don't know what people's health issues are or aren't. It really isn't any of my business. But if you do and you have medications you buy on a regular or something like that, let me just make a suggestion that you hit up Amazon and give them a shot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's real good. I mean, my blood pressure medicine's relatively cheap anyway. She's taking a sabbatical, I believe. I don't know if she's leaving YouTube necessarily, but she's gonna take she's like totally disgusted with certain things that she discussed and calm down, yeah. You know, oh man, I can't tell that story, but I want to tell a story, but yeah, I better not. These people would make a big deal about any little story, so you can't hardly be yourself or talk on here anymore. It used to be fun and stuff, but let me just say that you go up to a person and you tell them, "Hey, your blood pressure is low," or what have you, and they have like prescriptions that they can take to raise their blood pressure. And that's what you're expecting them to say. Oh, okay, I got this medication or whatever. Instead, the person replies with, basically, oh, my blood pressure's low. Hold on, just a minute. Let me call one of these goddamn kids that gets on my goddamn nerves right quick. You know what I mean? And then you're thinking that the person is joking, and then they actually get on a phone, and then their blood pressure actually goes up. It's pretty funny shit, But you know, if you ever see that sort of thing, we call one of these goddamn kids that gets on my goddamn nerves. I thought you could get up and take care of that shit. What are you doing? What the fuck? What the fuck? And then their blood pressure actually goes up and shit. It's like, holy shit, what the fuck's going on? Some of the crazy shit. Like sometimes, like I'll go out, whenever I'm on break, right? So I go out and I'm in my, I want to sit down, smoke a cigarette, and drink some Dr. Pepper, and I'm outside, right? So I need to sit down somewhere. So I'm sitting in a wheelchair, right? So I grab one of the wheelchairs and I wheel it out there, and I'm sitting down, right? And so some homeless guy with a golf club like a staff, right, is riding a bicycle by, and he's just riding real fast by, and he goes, In the name of Jesus, you will walk again. And he just flies by, while he's saying this, right? And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? Oh, he's talking to me, because I'm in this fucking wheelchair, you know. if he had if I think I did try the strawberry Dr. Pepper, it's pretty good. If I had, if he had been going slower and not on a bicycle or something, I would have jumped up and said, "I'm healed," or something like that. A little homeless man on a bicycle with a golf club for a staff, looking crazy as shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, whoever she did a live about, yeah, she was talking about. Yeah, yeah. No shit, he woulda shit himself. He woulda gone nuts, man. I mean, shit. Well, that and I need to get in shape, you know. I'm not interested in going on her panel. I really ain't. So, whoever that is, like, fuck off. I don't want any part of her. So that ship is sailed. Like, there's no conversation to be had between us. It's just best we both part ways and go our separate ways. I mean, yeah, she can go do her thing. I really don't have any interest in talking about her even. So I don't have anything to say. I just think that it's pretty, fucking funny shit. I just commented on how funny and crazy these YouTube streets are. I wouldn't even have gone live if GLM hadn't have, know, said some of the things she said, and that's really what I was commenting about. That was really what this is about. This is about GLM. It's not about anybody else, really. You know, um, I just, I hope that she, you know, just can look at it from the perspective of having a good time and doing her thing. You know. Anywho, um, I hope everybody has a wonderful day and a wonderful life. Peace out, guys.